Hello, everybody. It's Dana Sullivan, your Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday. How are you today, my friends? I hope that you had a fantastic weekend. We are still enjoying this fabulous coronacation. However, we are safe. We have everything we need. We are healthy and we are all together, and so therefore we are happy. And it also gives an opportunity for me to spend a little bit more time in the Stampin' Studio, and so I can provide fun little projects to share with you to hopefully cheer you up as well. All right, friends, so today's project is from the Over the Moon stamp set, and can I just tell you, I have a confession to make. This week, I did a challenge for my team for them to create something using a stamp set they have never touched before. A stamp set that they have in their collection, but they've never used. And I was looking through my stamp sets, trying to find what I was going to use for this particular challenge, and I came across the Over the Moon stamp set. I could not believe that I had not inked this stamp set up before. Oh my gosh! I am in love with the little cows. They're the cutest things ever. Why on earth have I not used them yet? Well, the answer is because I've been busy and distracted with the other stamp sets that I have in my collection, obviously. But this needs some love. So this is the stamp set that I'm using and the card that I shared with my team. So I'm going to share it with you as well, and I'm going to show you how to make it. And this one's a lot of fun because it has some texture, which I absolutely love. And the cows are just adorable. They're so cute. And I'm going to show you how to color them. Okay, so of course you're going to need the Over the Moon stamp set, naturally. And then I used the Stone 3D embossing folder. Now, this is a free embossing folder that you get from Celebration with a qualifying purchase. It comes with the Power of Hope stamp set. So you actually get both the stamp set and the embossing folder, which are both absolutely fabulous. And they are, of course, free with a qualifying purchase. However, if you don't have the 3D stone embossing folder, that's fine. This card is perfect to use with pretty much any embossing folder that you have on hand. So you could use the subtle or the brick and mortar, whatever. They'll be beautiful. Okay, so use what you've got. All right. Now, of course, the accent color I absolutely love. It's one of my most favorite colors ever. This one is Bermuda Bay. And between this and Calypso Coral, oh my gosh, my favorite. Probably because they remind me of the beach. Okay, so you need your stamp set. You need your embossing folder. You're going to need a few Stampin' Blends markers because, like I said, I'm going to show you how to color the cow if you don't already know. All right, you're also going to need a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 Whisper White cardstock, and you're going to score that at 5.5 inches, okay? And then you're going to need a piece of 4" by 5 1/4 inch Whisper White cardstock that you're going to run through whatever embossing folder you choose to use. And so, of course, I've got the Stone 3D embossed panel here. You're going to need approximately 12 inches of ribbon. This is the fabulous Bermuda Bay striped, mini striped ribbon. It's 10 yards and it's super pretty. I love it. And then I'm also using a piece of Bermuda Bay and a piece of Whisper White from the Layering Circles dies. So you can use those. And then just a little scrap of Whisper White cardstock that we're going to use to make the label with the classic label punch. Now, aside from those supplies, I also used Pear Pizzazz ink. I used Memento Black ink, and then for Stampin' Blends, I used the Petal Pink combo, the So Saffron combo, Smoky Slate combo, and the Light Basic Black. Okay, so you'll need those items as well. Or you don't have to have them, but that's what I'm using. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? First things first, you've got your card base, and let me see here. I want to stamp this little guy inside. Remember what I always say, no naked insides, no naked envelopes. So I'm going to go ahead and tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. And I'm just going to stamp him right here. Actually, it's a her. She's got udders. So, so this is my little cow. All right. So we'll set that off to the side. And then for the white circle, I'm going to stamp this little cow. And I'm going to stamp it kind of down at the bottom right of the circle. Just a bit. Just a little bit. There we go. And I wanted to stamp those first because I want to give them just a second to dry so that we can use the Stampin' Blends on this one. Now for the inside panel, honestly, I'm just going to leave it black and white because Stampin' Blends bleed through, as you probably know, and so I'm just going to leave it alone. All right, I'm also going to go ahead and tie my ribbon around the front layer. Now, I'm just tying it into a knot, so no fancy bows today. There we go. Let me finagle it where I want it. I want it kind of off at the edge, about as far as I can get it to go. There we are. Come on now, ribbon, work with me. There. There we go. Okay. And now, there. All right. Now we'll take some snail. And I want to apply the snail quite liberally because with the 3D embossing folders, sometimes the paper doesn't like to stay stuck because there's so much depth and dimension that it leaves space between the adhesive and the paper you're trying to adhere it to. So just make sure that you've got it really good and then give it a good rub so that it actually gets a nice contact. I can hear it kind of crackling where the tape is lifting a little, but that's okay. I want to make sure that it's really good and tight. Okay. Alrighty then. Let me take this piece. This is just that scrap that we're going to put in the classic label punch. And I'm not going to go the whole length across, quite honestly, because I don't need to. I'm only using a small section here. So once I get it stamped, I'm going to bring it in and punch it short on this side too. So I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so I've got my little arrow and my Dream Big stamp. And I'm going to try really hard not to get my face in the camera. But let me see. Can you still see? Okay, good. Because I need to get right over the top of it because this stamp is so little. It's a perfect fit. And by perfect, I mean holy mackerel, very tight fit. So, alright, let me just... Okay. So now I have the stamped image and I need this side cut. So all I'm going to do is put it in through the edge and lift it out, just like that. And then I'm going to bring it down right about there. Okay, so it's a little tricky, but it's kind of fun because you can make it any size that you want. That's awesome. All right, let's close this up. Oh, wait, hold on. We don't want to close that up yet. I want to take the little grassy spot and I want to put some grass around my cow because my cow is daydreaming of freedom, probably. Being able to go wherever they want to go, but can't right now because of COVID-19. Oh my goodness. All right, so now let's go ahead and color this cow, shall we? All right, so first things first. Well, let me just scooch this stuff out of the way. Okay, first things first. I'm going to take the skinny tip of the dark petal pink and I'm going to take it around the base of her nostrils. And this is just kind of a little shadow. And then I'm going to go just under her mouth. And then over here on the side, I'm just pretending where the shadow would be. And I'm just dragging it along like that. Okay, now it looks funny for just a second, but then we're going to take the brush tip of the light petal pink. And we're going to make circular motions and blend the light and the dark together. Just like that. Don't give it too much pressure, just nice and easy. This is supposed to be fun and relaxing. There we go. Very good. All right, now that's done. Now I'm going to take that light basic black and I'm going to color inside the nostrils and the hooves. And we're just using the little bullet tip because it's a little easier for me to control. The spots are kind of small, so I find when it's a smaller space, I like using the bullet tip a little bit better because it really does seem to be easier for me to control. There we go. And this one. Fabulous. All right, now, while we have this one out, we're going to, whoops, throw things. We're going to take the dark smoky slate and open up the bullet tip as well. And we're going to use these two back and forth, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, this is the light basic black, and I'm going to go just part way up his tail. Her tail. Her tail. We should call her Bessie so that I can remember that. Okay, we're going to put that up Bessie's tail. There we go. All right, and so then I took the dark smoky slate from the top and worked my way down and blended where the two lines meet. All right, so I can show you that again because we're going to do basically the same thing on the tuft of hair on top of Bessie's head. So we'll start from the points and work our way in with the light basic black. Just like this. Notice that I'm just kind of lightly dotting the color in because this space is kind of tight and the color blends, right? It fades out. That's what it's supposed to do. Now I'm taking the dark smoky slate into the center and just the circular motion to blend the color. So now you should be noticing a sort of trend. When I'm putting on the darker color, I'm using lines and drawing the lines in, right? So now we'll work on this big spot on the back side. And I'm working the lines in like that. And then I'm taking the lighter color and in circular motion, blending the lines out. All right. Now, I don't know if that's the proper way to do it, but that's the way that I do, and I really like the way that it looks. So if you like the way that this looks also, that's how I do it. Alright, so again, we're doing circular motion to work out those lines. And this spot over here. And so what I'm doing with the black, I'm not actually outlining the entire thing. I'm just creating some shaded areas in that spot. So notice I only colored in the bottom part, and then I'm coloring in the top section with the lighter color. So just like that. And then around her eye, just a bit, and then coloring in the whole rest of the spot in a circular motion, just like that. Okay, all right, now let me close these up. Now I'm gonna take the light smoky slate and I'm gonna create some shadows on the cow. So I'm going to follow the line inside of her ear. And I'm using the brush tip because the brush tip seems to create a softer line. I'm also going to put a little bit of shading right here where her leg is, because I imagine that the sun is beating down and she's kind of a big girl. So, you know, she's going to have some decent shadow going on there. She's definitely going to have the 5 o'clock thing. Alright, here we go. A little bit of shadow here for her face. And a little in the crook of her arm. There we go. And just a tiny bit here as her head's tilted a little bit. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to take the dark So Saffron, the bullet point, and nope, sorry. Scratch that. The light So Saffron bullet point. And I'm going to color in the entire bell. And then I'll come back with the dark So Saffron and make this kind of swoopy wedge that goes from this corner up towards the top middle and then comes back down the other side. And that will give us a good shadow. Okay. And we are done with our beautiful little cow. Alright, so now I need to put some dimensional on this thing. Get my dimensionals. Hope that didn't take too long. I'm sorry if it did, but coloring takes a minute. And I don't edit my videos, as you already know by now, I think. So what you're getting is real time. Alright, let me just line that up that way. Very good. Okay, and then another set of dimensionals on the back side of this piece. So we have a lot of dimension going on this card. Now, if you're going to be sending this in the mail and you're worried about the dimension, you know, you could put the dimension on the back side of the white piece and just put the Bermuda Bay directly onto the card base, and that would look great. Or you could pop up the Bermuda Bay and put the white directly on. I mean, you could skip one or the other of the dimensionals, or, I mean, you could skip both of them altogether for that matter. You don't have to put the dimensionals on there. Alright, I like dimension though, so if I were mailing this out, if I thought it were an issue, I would probably still put one or the other, but you don't have to. Okay, but now I'm going to put the little Dream Big panel right here. And so because this is popped up twice. I want to make sure that this side gets popped up twice, but this side is going to glue directly to the piece. So I'm going to take a couple of mini dimensionals, because this little, what's this called? Label strip is very small. So it definitely needs the smaller dimensionals. So just stack them one on top of the other. All right. And then let's take a little liquid glue and put just a dot right there on the other end. So I have two dimensionals on this end and a little drop of liquid on that end. And I expect I want it to go right about there. So just like that. All right, we are done. Isn't that so cute? I love it. And then our inside has got the little cow, and you could put whatever sentiment you want to. You know, this says dream big. There's over the moon for you. You're utterly fantastic. Party till the cows come home. Or you can just leave it without a sentiment in there, since you've got the little cow, and just make a cute little note of your own. Isn't that adorable? I love it. Okay, friends. So I will put down in the description below the link to my blog with all of the measurements and supplies. And I like that I've been able to start putting the supply list down in the description below so that you can easily click through it and see. I hope that you guys like that too. Let me know down in the comments if you like that or not. If you don't like it, then there's no point of me doing it, but I think that you probably do. So also, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be going live on my Facebook page, the Stampin' Chick Dana Sullivan, this Wednesday, 2 days from now, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be putting together a couple of cards for you on there live, so you'll be able to interact with me and walk through the class with me. I'm starting a new program called Coffee and a Card Class, and a lot of folks have coffee and card classes, but I've always done my card classes in person, and so I've not done the virtual card classes before. But this COVID-19 thing looks like it's going to hang out for a little while, and we may be locked down for a little longer than I care to, so I'd like to still engage with you. I miss having my classes. I had been doing them a couple times every single week. So going from that to a couple a month to, oh my gosh, I can't interact with people in person at all, it's making me crazy. So, Wednesday morning, this Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, in my Facebook business page, Stampin' Chick Dana Sullivan, I will be doing a Facebook Live where I will be doing a couple of classes. And so this is basically like a preview of the coffee and a card class that will be starting up very soon. And so I'll talk about the card class a little bit more. I'll tell you what's included and what's not, and how you can get in on it, because it's going to be an online thing. So every one of you can join in if you want to. You don't have to be my neighbor, and you don't have to live close to me. So that's exciting. I actually am really excited about that. So anyway, stay tuned for that. Put it on your calendar, set an alarm on your phone, whatever you need to do. And I'll look forward to seeing y'all then, okay? All right, folks, until next time, I hope that y'all are having a good time. I hope that you stay safe and healthy and happy. And until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.